Previously on All Hail Yog. Fighting their way into the hidden palace of Vaer Quethralos, the party of villains slew many elves, scaled a massive ghost elm tree, and ultimately tripped the palace's alarms. Now the central tree has become a stronghold, withdrawing its many branches and sprouting sharp brambles from its bark, as though daring the trespassers to attempt another assault. The adventure continues on the 51st of Hemsen, year 895 in the 4th Age of Ondune. This is The Child, Episode 6.
The party has converged atop this particular tree right here, sort of in the grand hall of the Vaer Quethralos, the elven hidden palace in the Wood Elf Kingdom of Symbia. The tree in the center had retracted all of its branches and then grown sort of a coat of spiky brambles and thorns to make approach from any different angle. Pretty precarious. But you guys are all kind of reconvened. Eric has just transformed back into his human form, and there are no more active combatants. What does the party do?
Can I do a nature check on the tree armor?
Okay.
And see, like, what it's about or how long the transformation takes?
Go for it.
5.
5. They're very sharp, those brambles, and they would probably hurt you if you tried to climb them, but you have no idea as to how it worked. You would assume it's magic, but you don't know anything about duration or anything like that.
Got it.
I pick off a little splinter from the wooden walls and start using it as a toothpick in my teeth to get the elven meat out of my mouth.
Little pieces of gristle.
Yeah, as a tear forms in my eye.
I stalk behind him, just kind of like mad that he's not a gargoyle. I'm like looking for wings. Get it to happen again.
Poking him.
Yeah.
The central tree has been fortified. It's never stopped us before.
Have we ever traveled together, Doctor?
Sorry, I was referring to me
And your special one.
my Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm very intrigued by this relationship. It's interesting.
It is pure, it is real.
Sure.
Tis pure, tis real.
I kind of poke her.
What do you want to do?
Can I do detect magic
Sure.
on
That tree?
the tree?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. He whips out like this rod. It almost looks like a
Tuning fork.
kind of like a tuning fork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like these two long metal ends, and just kind of like
Waving it around.
You do a little ding.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like,
It tells me.
and it's like thrumming in your hand.
Yeah.
The tree obviously has quite a bit of abjuration magic, which is a protection magic,
Okay.
but it's druidic in nature, so it's not arcane or devised like from a god. It's from the earth, and that someone who would be a powerful spellcaster is probably maintaining this effect. Yeah, exactly, to keep the tree sort of protected. But the bridges in between the other trees are still open. There's just no clear route over there beyond just kind of jumping across and braving the brambles. As you cast that, you can see that there are little tiny arrow slits in the sides of the tree, and you guys are safe enough, but every once in a while, like an arrow or two will kind of come flying from that and hit the tree and spin by, right? Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, I kind of want to change into my wood elf form and like yell that I have information or something for them, and then we can like get one of the bridges lowered and
Try to
jump
convince
in.
them to open the door.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that. To kind of like hide behind me in like one of the rooms. Yeah.
I'll give him a shot.
Yeah. Whatever.
Great. So how do you want to? Where do you want to go to do that?
I'm gonna go to this pedestal.
Cool. So like
right here.
that, almost right in between the two thrones on the court tree, and then you want to turn into a.
Yeah, I want to look into a wood elf ranger again.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to run to the edge, and I don't know what would be important enough to them to like lower the bridge, like having some information about you guys.
Maybe cry for help as if we're gonna.
Well, they wouldn't lower the bridge for one elf though,
They
for one
probably
ranger.
wouldn't, yeah.
We're definitely conferring this before I run to the edge. So
Yeah.
like-
So are you guys down below when you have this conversation, then you come out, or are you in plain sight when you're up there?
I think we're like hidden by the like thrones over here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we're like.
You're
somewhere
hidden.
over
You're
here.
not in plain sight.
We're not. We're
Okay,
not in
cool.
line of sight. No.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of in there conferring, just like, okay, what do you guys think?
I like your idea.
I mean, it's either that or siege.
I
Yeah, or
could
siege,
say
basically.
maybe that someone has poisoned the princess and I found the cure or something. Like maybe someone already snuck in and
Ooh, and I can give you
some bile. Yeah.
Bile.
That's cool.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
How do you feel about that?
Great.
Cool.
I like it.
Awesome.
Great.
So I'm gonna run to the edge and just give a elven greeting. I don't know, just like a
I'll,
holla. Holla.
That's certainly what it is.
It's
in the real
exactly what
world.
that is. Hey guys, you want to like lower this bridge?
the vial I'm going to give you, I'm going to infuse with Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So you can use
Awesome.
that if you have to.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
I definitely need to.
Awesome. So you have this little vial, and you're in wood elf form. Are you trying
Yes.
to pass yourself off as a wood elf, or is it just kind of because they know if you're saying we poisoned the princess, right?
No,
Like,
I
what do you
want
want
to
them
just
to
like
think?
I want them to think that I have the cure for the princess.
Right.
Yeah.
So the appearance doesn't matter. It's just kind of to mess with them a little bit, right?
Well, I want to get them to like lower the bridge and think that I'm coming in to help.
To help, but you don't want them to think that you are a member of this party of these evil.
Correct. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right, then it's deception.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you're trying to threaten, like we poisoned her, and if you want the cure.
No, yeah, I
Okay,
just wanted to
gotcha.
like get them to lower the bridge and be like, oh, well, apparently we
Okay.
missed one of them and they poisoned the princess.
Oh.
32. Wait, no, hold on. 28.
Yeah, right, excellent. 28. Okay.
Yes.
So and you're standing up here between the two thrones on the top of the sort of court tree.
Yeah.
What do you say? How do you word this?
My tribe received information that your princess has been poisoned, so I came from Torchwood with the cure. Please let me in to help her.
You roll an insight. I mean, like the chances of them beating that are pretty minimal, of course. So you see the side of the tree, right, has all the brambles on it. The bark shifts and moves, and it like sort of moves into a face, almost like the tree is speaking to you. But you can tell it's kind of like an elven face, and it replies in this like big, deep, booming sort of tree voice.
How do we know you can be trusted?
Oh, God. I bear this insignia from my tribe's leaders.
Okay.
And like on my armor, I just like make
Sure.
this like
Okay.
thing.
Because you guys are hidden, right, at this point.
Head to the ambassador tree. From there shall we make the exchange.
And then after they say that, basically the face will like meld back into the tree.
Gotcha.
What do you do?
I have no idea where the ambassador's quarters are. I gotta yell that before he yells. I would just be like, but wait. I'm not from here, so
Okay. You see its eyes on the tree will kind of look this direction and will indicate this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
Great.
Beautiful.
And then it melts back in.
Are you guys gonna try to stealth or anything?
I mean, I could fly out that other back balcony and like maybe go under.
That way, yeah.
But I feel like they would. probably-
You'll still be trying to make a stealth,
See me,
right?
yeah.
There are. You think there are sentries all around that tree, so trying to get over there. Could
Well,
be
I don't
pretty
need to
tricky.
stealth. I'm just gonna like
You're gonna walk over.
bolt
Okay.
across.
I'm inclined to stealth, or we stay and split the party and leave her on a single mission, right?
Or once I get this lowered, maybe you guys could like hop over here. But like, I don't know the distance from there to there. And there's also branches up here if you guys want to like try to hide in there.
I could try.
I know how much you love trees.
Got big wings.
So once they open it, do we just like...
Because I can only
Burst
assume
through.
that they'll have to open it to let
do we-
the ambassadors through, basically, to discuss.
We
So then,
do have two more agent.
We
whatevers
do.
To use. So you,
Yeah.
if you deem it necessary, you could do that to one of the ambassadors.
Mhm.
I mean, what do you guys think? You two.
I mean, I can try and stealth, but maybe go the other direction just in case. But
Either way, there are guards all the way around. So whichever way you're going to go, you're going to be making the same stealth checks, basically.
Yeah.
I want to help whoever has the worst stealth, since I'm like kind of a distraction up here.
Okay,
So one
yeah.
of you will get advantage
I can
on
see
a
that.
stealth
Yeah.
roll.
Whoever has the worst can get advantage.
I got a +0.
I'm good. I'm +8.
I'm 3, but I think I have disadvantage because of my armor.
Your armor, yeah.
So you can balance it out with advantage if you want to.
We probably aren't going to be able to stealth. I just feel like
It'll be
one of
tough.
us is going to fail. You know what I mean? Just in case that happens, we should probably... What do? Do we just barge in and just try to take the room kind of a thing? And maybe hope that one of them's a spy?
Yeah, I mean, what's the distance from here to here?
Between those two trees, this is about 80 feet because it's at a diagonal. If that's 60, that's 80 feet. And there's a bridge, though, right? These bridges are all still intact. It's just the connection to the central tree that went down.
Yeah. All right, so if I can get an agent in the ambassador room, we could potentially get them to keep the bridge between the ambassador room and the bastion tree open, so that you guys can come from the court tree and just like jet across after us. Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, the hard part is how we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like...
Agnemon can fly, but the two of you cannot. And I think, how long does jump last?
It's over.
Yeah,
It's
jump's
only like a
jump's
minute.
gone.
Yeah.
See, and I mean, there's always going to be those brambles there, so you can try brute force, but I mean, gonna get cut up.
So what's the plan? You are walking over there because you've already made
Yeah.
this deal.
Yep, I'm
so
in Master
Desdemonia is walking across the bridge,
Yeah.
trying to just look like everything's on the level.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I'll have a bit of a hustle and I'll like make a show of having the like potion in my
Okay,
hand,
gotcha.
and just like going across.
So you head over and you can get to the top of this area. I mean, you see it just basically doesn't have a big platform like the other one, but it's the branches come out on the top of the ambassador tree, and you can see that there's one of those weird openings that I talked about, where it's like a opening in the tree, but then it's all covered by branches that go across. As you come up to it, you see the branches like retract and make an opening. So it's almost like their door, instead of being a single piece, are hundreds of branches that interlock, and then when you approach them, they kind of peel back away.
So everything's so complicated.
Yeah, it's all very naturey. But you can head down into that chamber if you want. There's a staircase that winds down. But then you would be out of sight of the rest of your companions. So that's where Desdemonia is going. What are the rest of you guys going to do? Try to stealth into a position where you can jump that the branch?
But I almost want to wait until... I want to see if that actually opens and we get an ambassador. Like, I don't want to just start stealthing and then, like, root it before it even begins.
Yeah, that's fine. Is that okay with the other two of you?
I'm going to hang back in the court tree.
The court tree, like,
peering
out of sight.
Peering after Desdemonia.
Okay. Give me a stealth and perception if you're going to be, like, even a little bit insight.
Sure. Perception is 24.
Okay.
And stealth is an 11.
Okay, great. And you're like peeking out of the little opening in the top, do you think? Or are you peeking through like the sniper's nest, or where are you peeking through?
So she went on the bridge?
Yep, she went on the bridge
so
across.
I'm sort of peering around the corner.
Okay, cool. You walk across Desdemonia, and then you go down and out of sight. You pass through a chamber. The ambassador tree has 3 levels, and you think the one that the branch comes into is the middle level, so you have to go through a level above. And it looks like it's some kind of royal apartments. You see that there's like furniture and like a big bed of moss in the middle, and like armor and things hanging up. You might think this is maybe where the king and the queen live. You kind of walk into that chamber and see that there's another like one of those thatched doorways that continues to lead down. The door kind of peels itself back open, and you come down into another chamber. Similarly, these are, 50 feet across, about like 20-ish feet high, all inside the tree. Growing from the middle of this chamber is a huge, it's not quite a willow tree like you saw before. It's more of like a rowan tree, and it has these big, thick branches. But the bark is this sort of silvered color. It has kind of a gleam like metal. And it is like, in its branches are hanging a bunch of like little wooden birds and little wooden butterflies and things. You can see all on the ground are a bunch of toys lying scattered around. And you can see there's, some furniture in one corner, like a little easel, a little stool, and like what looks like some sort of toy chest. But then there is, up against the wall of one of these thatched doorways. And as you sort of approach it, you see that peels away and leaves an opening basically across from the ambassador tree here, across to the bastion tree. Give me an insight check.
Yeah. 15.
Something is a little off to you. Okay. They told you this was the ambassador tree, but now you're seeing a baby's bedroom in here.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem quite right. It seems like they gave you some bad information. Whether or not that will affect the negotiation, you don't know. You don't necessarily know what that means.
Yeah.
But you're looking at the surroundings like ambassador tree, but the branch has not yet come down. But you see the opening into the other, basically across this 60-foot gap to the bastion tree. And you can see where the branch is flat up against the trunk of the bastion tree, but has not come down.
Gotcha.
What do you do?
I kind of want to... Oh, God, I wish we had message or something. I kind of want to jump back up to the top and, yell across, but I mean...
You can yell across from here. The door's open, and you could shout.
Well, I want to yell to my companions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It would be pretty tricky to do that without alerting them.
Exactly, yeah. I'll just sit here for now.
Okay.
Just kind of... I want to kind of, hide around the corner waiting for the, thing to peel. I want to have line of sight to the branch that's coming down, but I don't want to be in full view of anybody.
So you're only there for about 30 seconds or so when you see that part of that branch starts to peel down, but the whole thing does not descend. It doesn't become a bridge, but you see sort of tendrils of wood reach down towards the opening, and they just kind of beckon almost like a finger, as though they're reaching for something.
Interesting.
What do you do?
I shout across now. I'm just guys, this isn't going to work unless I'm there to give the enchantment onto the potion. I have to go.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, give me deception. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Guys.
Hey, guys!
17.
Okay, great. It sort of hangs there for a second, and then you see the rest of the branch comes down and forms this bridge. You can see that it's, again, like a bridge across a river or something like that. It has a railing. Give me a perception.
17.
Okay, great. There are a cluster of elves on the other side, bows out, looking very cautious. And stepping past them comes a female elf with like bright red hair that comes down, and she has sort of a regal-looking, some kind of a tiara or something on her head that's made from sort of woven thorns. And armor is all resplendent. She has a sword, she has the bow, and she kind of like strides confidently across. Stops about halfway and extends her hand. Are you visible, or are you still tucked to the side?
I'm still kind of tucked on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come forth if you're coming forth. And yeah, but she's covered by 5 or 6 archers, right?
I think Desdemonia, her eyes kind of flash to the full black, and she gets this like coy smile, and she's just like, it's time. So no one can see this because she's just alone in this room, and then she just kind of walks on the bridge with her hands up, the vial in one hand.
Okay, yeah.
Just like, come in peace. I just want to help your princess.
You see that she looks at you. Your eyes aren't still full black, right? They're back to normal. She kind of looks at you and sees that you're an elf, and looks around. We're under siege. Obviously, you've seen. If my daughter is in trouble, I must have that.
I did see some carnage. I don't know what could have happened.
Agents of some power. What? I have no idea whom. But if she's in danger, I need that now. Give it to me.
I was told by my leader that I had to deliver it directly to the princess.
Give me another deception.
25.
Very well, come. And so she gestures and like basically puts her arm around your shoulder to try to lead you in, and the branch is pulling back. You can see this is going on because you were specifically watching. Do you do anything, Eric, before she gets ushered inside?
I look back. I try to find the rest of my party.
Yeah, they're hiding near you.
I just kind of
I'm right here. What's going on? What's going on?
Just kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. I'm not sure what to do, but then I also hear a quiet, low voice somewhere deep inside saying, "Fly, fly."
Great.
Shut up! Come on.
Nothing? You're gonna let it? Okay, cool. So the branch, and like, so you're hiding there, right, Eric? And as you're there, you see that whoever had ushered her in turns, and just before the branch goes down, she sees you. I put a crit on my perception.
Doink, doink, doink.
But it seals behind, right? Great.
She saw me.
Yeah, and you definitely know that she saw you. Do you want to stay still and wait? What do you want to do?
I don't think so. I think we should try to.
Yeah, I think if I see you panicking, like, wings go out, and then I'll start flying towards it with like bow drawn.
Okay, great. So you're flying from the court tree across to the bastion tree.
Yeah,
anywhere
and I'd like,
in particular?
Just probably towards
the entrance,
the
branch that came.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
great.
I'll probably shout something like just like I found the entrance or something to try and make it seem like she's not a part of our group.
Give me a deception.
Okay. 10. Mod 10.
Okay, cool. You shout that as to whether or not anyone believes it. She goes, Agnemon goes taking off.
Gotcha. Well, then I'm going to stealth my way across the bridge.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Did this close back up?
No, those are still there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like they can. Only the ones coming off the bastion tree seem to have the ability to move.
Well, then I'll do stealth that way.
Cool, go for it.
23.
Oh, easy. Yeah, you're creeping along between the branches. You feel like you're undetected as you move. What about the doctor?
I'll just run across.
Okay, you're not going to try to stealth.
Elizabeth.
Are you riding on her back, or are you just running next to her?
Yeah, I'll ride on her back.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
She just goes across. So an arrow, or 2 arrows, go flying out of these holes, and you're both going to get pegged. You'll take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
I suppose the monster actually probably takes 7 piercing damage, not you. On her back, and you'll also take 7. Yeah. Piercing.
Also, like, how long has it been? Because I think my shielding only lasts like 10 minutes. So
Is
probably down.
I think it's probably been about 5 minutes, so it might still be up. Yeah.
Okay.
So you were kind of shepherded inside, and you saw the queen, you assume, saw something before she brought you in. It's a large round space, and it's pretty much completely empty. There are like little platforms that kind of ring the inside of this 20-foot tall, 50-foot wide chamber where you can see there are archers posted. So those archers that have been firing are shooting out of these little holes. Otherwise, there's like a cluster of figures in the center of the room. About half of them look like guards. Some of them are clearly like servants or something like that. They're almost entirely wood elves, and the queen kind of like ushers you over into the sort of the heart of all of these people. Give me a perception, I guess, to see anything more than that.
Yeah, I kind of want to look for if there's like anyone that looks like a wizard or anything that controls the like.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bridge
Give me a
going down
perception.
or anything like that. 13.
Okay, so there's 2 different like unusual groups of people. Most of them look like servants or guards. You see one figure, a female, who is not a wood elf. She appears to be a high elf, and she's dressed very differently in these sort of flowing, elegant robes. They don't have the sort of earthy tones. And she seems like she's beside herself with what's going on. And she's complaining loudly to anyone who will listen that this is most irregular, and I'm expected to be treated with respect, and I'm shepherded in here like some kind of a, and like one of the guards like, this is all for your safety. But it's all kind of in Elven. You're not picking up the exact words. She's obviously outraged. And she has a couple of like courtiers who are nearby, like trying to tend to her. You don't think it's that person. The other person that you see is a male elf dressed similarly to the queen, though not in armor, just kind of in regal clothes, has the same kind of like briar crown. He has white hair, and you can see that in his hands, he's cradling a child.
All Hail Yogg is an Experience Points production. It was directed and dungeon mastered by Timothy J. Meyer. Agnamah is played by Kate Enke, at Don Quixote on Twitter. Desdemonia is played by Heather Lore, at Land of Lore on Instagram. Dr. Hubert is played by Cody Bushy, at Cody Bushy on Twitter. Eric Idlevein is played by Paul Vanasek, at Paul Vanasek on Twitter. You can find the show on Twitter at XP Web Series. Our audio engineer was Tim Alvarez. The game was played using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set, as owned by Wizards of the Coast. The main titles are A Night on Bald Mountain by Modest Mussorgsky, performed by the Skidmore College Orchestra. Additional music includes Symphony No. 5 in D minor by Dmitri Shostakovich, performed by the DuPage Symphony Orchestra. Thanks for listening, and Yogg before all.